But first tonight, that fire that destroyed a $60 million apartment project in downtown Jacksonville. This is video from a few hours ago of the Rise Doro apartment building at East Adams Street and A. Philip Randolph Boulevard. This is between Intuition Ale Works and VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena, right behind our TV station here at First Coast News and not too far from the Jags Stadium. We have live team coverage for you tonight on the fire and what could be next. We want to begin with my co-anchor Heather Crawford. She's joining us live near that fire tonight. Heather.
Anthony, still a very active scene out here tonight, more than 24 hours after the Rise Doro apartments caught fire around 9:30 last night. Just to put into perspective where I'm standing right now, 121 Financial Ballpark, where the Jumbo Shrimp play, is right next to me. On the other side, right here behind me, is where the Rise Doro apartments are, and there are ladder trucks at this late hour on every corner of this building. We are seeing some water being put on hot spots. When those hot spots flare up, they are putting water on it, trying to put an end to this fire that started more than 24 hours ago. So 3 things to let you know about this big fire today downtown is that crews will be here on scene all night long, according to Jacksonville Fire and Rescue. Fire Chief Keith Powers telling us tonight that 4 ladders will stay at the building, stationed at all 4 corners. The hoses are going to stay off unless there's a flare up, and when that happens, fire crews will start to spray the water, as we're seeing is happening right now. Tonight, we have also learned that the wooden framework for the Rise Doro apartment building will need to be removed and demolished. Jacksonville Mayor Donna Deegan saying that update comes after city engineers determined that this building just is not structurally safe due to the fire. And finally, we also learned that 8 tenants were actually set to move into this brand new apartment complex just a few days from now. The developer telling us that they are working to get those families into other apartments in different locations. The company does operate 7 different complexes around the city, and Mayor Deegan says the city is also working with displaced tenants who were scheduled to move in March.
While this is clearly a setback for us, and all of our hearts are broken about it, it's not going to stop our forward momentum downtown.
So no one was hurt in this fire. That is the good news. No one was living in that apartment complex. But because of this large fire, several roads around the area are going to be shut down as crews continue to be here putting out flames. You can see those closures for roads and sidewalks on this map. It includes Duval Street between Georgia and Palmetto, Adams between A. Philip Randolph and Lafayette Street, A. Philip Randolph between Duval and Bay Street, and also Gator Bowl Boulevard between Lafayette, and Georgia Street. Also, the fire impacting several businesses who are around this building. They're going to be shut down until the risk of the apartment complex collapsing is over. That includes Intuition Ale Works, Manifest Distilling, and the offices on A. Philip Randolph Boulevard. Those are all going to be closed while this building is still deemed structurally unsound. Meanwhile, there are some Iceman games this week. In fact, the Iceman set to play twice this week. Those games will go on as scheduled, but the parking garage near VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena will be closed just as a precaution. And when we talk about this development, this massive luxury apartment complex, a $60+ million development project, really was going to be the first luxury apartment complex down here in the sports and entertainment district. You know, we've been talking for so many years about revitalizing this area. I want to bring in now my colleague on your side's Andrew Badillo to talk more about this. And how did this Rise Doro factor into downtown development?
Yeah, Heather, when we talk about downtown in this area, we work here late at night, and we know when a game or an event isn't happening here, there typically aren't a lot of people around, and that's why you see that bar at the arena and Intuition Ale Works typically closed on a night like tonight. But Jacksonville city leaders, they do believe that Rise Doro could have changed that and added some vibrance and sort of act as a catalyst for this sports and entertainment complex.
Rise Doro, 247 apartments, ground floor retail, and a rooftop pool. A downtown dream up in smoke.
This has been a labor of love since 2019, this Doro project.
Greg Blaze is the president of RISE. He spoke less than 24 hours after RISE Doro caught fire. This labor of love will eventually be torn down.
We chose to move the company to Jacksonville, make a commitment to be downtown. We still have that commitment strong in our hearts.
Mayor Donna Deegan called RISE Doro a catalyst for the area.
The more people that we have down here, the more resumes that we can help find people jobs.
David Ruppel agrees. He's the manager of a staffing company downtown. His office location is intentional.
Within about 20 minutes, I can have you out in Jacks Beach, Ponte Vedra Beach, St. Johns County, or out at the airport or points further north, Amelia Island.
Ruppel is a believer in the future of downtown, a city he says looks like Tampa and Savannah. Set to welcome its first residents next week, RISE Doro will now sit as just a vision.
It's the far-reaching big question mark of what the economic impact of this setback is.